Hello, my name is Richard Davis and I'm at the Sphere Backup team at Adrenasoft. I'm going to guide you through some tutorials on how to use Sphere Backup and show you just how easy it is. Here are the subjects we'll cover. How to upgrade using an unlock file. Making Sphere Backup ready to send emails. Specify where to store temporary files. Configure what to do when backups are missed. Adding drives, folders and files to a backup. How to exclude a file or folder from a backup. How to encrypt a backup. Set up recycling on the storage area. Start and stop Outlook or Windows Mail. Execute files and scripts. Print or email backup reports. Scheduling when to run a backup job. Dealing with Prepaths. And a short look at the Centurion. Alright, let's get started. How to upgrade using an unlock file. Let's begin by running Sphere Backup. This is the Sphere Backup's main window, and as you can see in the license panel, we're running the freeware edition. To upgrade, simply press More Information. Now press New License. This will delete the previous license. Now simply drag and drop the unlock file into the window. There! Your edition of Sphere Backup has now been upgraded. Making Sphere Backup ready to send emails. Start by pressing the Global Configuration button. This is the Global Configuration panel. Insert your email parameters: SMTP server, originator, and SMTP port. If your server needs authentication, simply click on My SMTP server requires authentication. You can validate your setting by inserting your email address here and by clicking the button Test Settings. Specify where to store temporary files. Global Configuration panel. As default, Sphere Backup will use your operating system's default temporary folder. In this case, we want to specify our own temporary folder. Now, simply browse to where you want the temporary files to be stored, and you're done. Configure what to do when backups are missed. Back in the Global Configuration panel, we are looking at the Execution Warranty section. You can deal with missed backups in 3 ways: always catch up, never catch up, ask for user input. We want Sphere Backup to ask us what to do. Let's give the user 5 minutes to decide. If user doesn't reply within 5 minutes, do nothing. Now, just click Save and Close to save the global configuration. Adding drives, folders and files to a backup. We start by creating a new backup job. Let's name it Click the button Backup Files /Folders. We start by adding a folder. Selecting the Favorites folder, another folder, the My Documents folder, yet another folder, the Desktop folder. Let's back up a file. You can drag and drop files and folders as well. Here we're backing up the Sphere Backup Unlock file. Let's back up a whole drive. Selecting the drive D, pressing Include. How to exclude a file or folder from a backup. We've already backed up the desktop folder, but we don't want to back up the System 1 and System 2 folders. We start by dragging the folders into the window. We select them one by one and press the Exclude button. And the Sphere Backup Unlock file. That's it. How to encrypt a backup. Let's move on to the next window. Press the Encryption button. Now check Use Encryption on Backup and specify a password for your encryption. It's important to note that the chars will only be visible while specifying the password the first time. After that, you will not see the password again. Care must be taken to remember this password, or else you will not be able to decrypt your backups. Set up recycling on the storage area. There are two methods of recycling the storage area. First, let's specify a destination for this backup. The first method is called maximum and minimum amount of archives per medium. By archives we mean instances. If less than minimum, log error and stop backup. If more than maximum, delete oldest instance. The second method is probably the most preferred method. It's called maximum amount of bytes to use for storage per medium. Here, minimum amount of archives, or instances if you like, means if there's not room for the specified amount, log error and stop backup. We want to use 300 gigabytes on the destination media for this backup. Start and stop Outlook or Windows Mail. We have now specified destination, encryption and recycle method. Let's go to the pre and post procedures. We want to shut down Outlook before the backup starts, so we enter the pre procedures. Press Exit Outlook. We want to exit Outlook, not Express or Windows Mail. If Outlook won't shut down properly, we force a shutdown after waiting for 120 seconds. Done! In the list we can see a new instance that says pre, or before the main backup job if you like, that will exit Outlook after 120 seconds. After the main backup job has completed, we want Outlook to start again. In the post procedures, we choose to start Outlook. Execute files and scripts. We can execute files or scripts before or after a backup job. But let's back up a database before we run the main backup job. First, we browse for the batch file that has the code for doing backup of a database. This script wants the name of the database as a parameter. We specify sphere backup. We want the script to run hidden. Let's make the script run until it ends executing. Or, if something goes wrong, wait for a maximum 10 minutes, then kill it, and continue with the next task in the backup job. This script returns 0 if it runs with success. Therefore, we want to log an error if it returns anything other than 0. Done. Print or email backup reports. Entering post procedures. Print report. The report will be printed on the default printer. We want to email the backup report as well. Post procedures, email report. Let's send the report to me. Done. We can change the order in which the procedures are run. Simply select a procedure and move it up or down in the list. Scheduling when to run a backup job. It's possible to schedule a backup to run each time Sphere Backup starts, but this is not what we want now. The backup should run every day, except for Sunday. And we want it to run every month of the year, except for July. I'm on holiday then. Let's schedule this backup to run at 3 o'clock in the morning. Dealing with Prepaths. We don't want to back up the System 1 and System 2 folders on the desktop, but we want to back up the data folders that are located inside each of the systems. Let's start by dragging the data folder inside the System 1 folder. When we do the same with the System 2 folder, we get an error saying the destination path already exists. It then suggests using Prepaths. Select the data folder of System 1 in the list and press the button Add Modify Prepath. We can write anything, but we choose to write System 1 as Prepath. Now we can add the data folder of System 2 into the list. We add a Prepath to this folder as well, called System 2, naturally. And that's it for Prepaths. Now, let's take a look at the Centurion. You enter the Centurion module by clicking Centurion Tasks. Let's monitor the data folder of System 1. Drag the folder onto the panel and select it. Let's check the changes to files in this folder or any subfolders for the last 5 days. After storing task parameters, we see that the functions column in the element list has changed. If there have been no changes, we not only want to see a warning in the backup log, but also send a warning email. After storing task parameters, you can see that the functions column has changed. Let's add the documents folder as well. We have to warn Richard that he must not forget to store his documents in the Documents folder, or else they won't be backed up. As the backup job has not yet been run, the icon that shows the status for the previously run backup job is a question mark. Well, that's all the tutorials for now. Thanks for watching. For more information, visit www.spherebackup.com.